folks, it's Jack. And here comes Dana. Welcome to our newest edition of Scaling Up. For those of you that don't know us, I'm Jack.
Hi, I'm Dana.
And we are team leaders with the Hamilton Realty Group at EXP. I've been in the business for over 32 years, and Dana has been my sidekick and boss for 30 years. As we said, this Scaling Up is a way for us to share with you, the agents, what is relevant and what is happening out there in the real estate business today to hopefully help you. We're going to be focusing again on buyers, so hopefully it will help you to convert and control buyers a whole lot easier. And this is just information that we share with our team and work with them on every single day. As we mentioned, I think last time, anytime you want any of the information that we're going to be reviewing and going over with you, please reach out to us. We'd be glad to share it. So anyhow,
Yep.
Dana, I thought I was going to start with something I read this morning that I thought would be very, very appropriate, especially now in this changing market. For all of you that really know me well, you know I'm focused on doing gratitude journal and motivational things and things that keep me moving forward. And my reading today for October 20th said, "Act now." And here is what it said. The time to act is now. You can't start tomorrow, and you can't start someday. Someday is usually a euphemism, I get a hard time saying that one, for never. Milestones are achieved one step at a time, so decide what the first step will be and take it. And remember, don't mistake the difficult for impossible. Inch by inch, life is a cinch. Big achievements often start with small steps. And the key is to do something. Do something now and today. So hopefully some of the stuff we share with you today, you'll be able to take and help start moving yourself forward.
Awesome. So today, as Jack mentioned, last month, what we did is went through our very basic buyer consultation script of the questions that everyone should be asking their buyers when you start working with someone to learn more about them, learn about their goals, their needs, their questions, all of that, to really understand your buyer, to be able to then help them achieve their goal and find the right property for them. So today we want to take it one step further and talk about, as our topic says today, controlling that narrative. Controlling or educating the buyer more so on the current market. And again, to do that, you have to ask questions. Never assume what they may be thinking. You got to ask them. So,
or better yet, I think, I'm looking at the topic here, one of the things we're focused on, and as this market has been changing over the last 6 weeks, I mean, raise your hand, wave to me. How many of you heard this from a buyer? I think I'm going to wait till the market changes or crashes.
Right.
How many of you heard that? I mean, I know we hear it all the time. Our teammates are hearing it all the time. And as Dana talked about, what we want to do is kind of help you to control that narrative. And so when you hear that question, one of the things that you need to be prepared to do is to say to them, I'm curious, where did you get that information from? What is causing you to believe that?
Right.
And I think that's one of the things that, you got to take control back of that. And then you guys just got to listen to them, because most of it is just really from that, I think that fright or flight kind of reflex, oh my gosh, the market's crashing. And I think we mentioned this on the last series. I mean, for all of us, unfortunately, the crash of 2008, 2009 is still really, relevant and fresh in people's minds. So that's kind of I think the reaction they have. But as we've been talking about a lot, you have to know the facts, the figures, what's going on in your marketplace to quickly dispel that myth. And Dana, talk with him a little bit about that, in our market, because I recognize there may be some markets where prices are coming down a little bit. I've heard about that in markets like Seattle, some spots of California. But in our market, that is not true. So Dana, do you want to talk a little bit about that and how to respond to that when somebody says that?
Right. Well, as Jack said, so if somebody does that, oh, I'm just not sure, I think I better wait. First of all, again, don't assume you know why they're making that decision. Ask them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
What is it that you've heard or read or whatever that's making you say that? And where did you hear it from or read it from? Is it a reliable source? Because a lot of times it's not. Somebody said it that, meant well, but may not have the facts for them. So find out what it is that's bothering them and then address that. So is it the fact that there is a shortage of inventory and it's a seller's market and they don't want to be in that competitive situation? Okay, we can address that. Is it because interest rates are up and they feel that they need to wait because of that? So find out, dig out the information, and then say, great, do you know why that concerns me of that you're thinking of waiting? Because that's not necessarily the best response.
Exactly.
So again, as Jack's saying, in our market, we track our numbers for our market every month, let all our agents know what's happening, how many homes are selling each month, how many new listings are coming on the market, so that we watch the inventory and is as adjusting, and we watch the average sales price every month to track that. Our inventory here, for instance, has been growing slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly. Not a huge change. It's gone from 1.5 months worth of inventory to about 2.5.
Correct.
In the last 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the factual numbers here for the last, but actually from the beginning of the year.
Right.
And yes, we are still under 2.5 months worth of supply. Inventory has increased a bit, but as you've heard us talk about often, if you've been following us, 6 months is a balanced market.
Right.
Anything under that is a seller's market. Anything over that is a buyer's market. So in our marketplace, we are still in the seller's market. And sharing like a personal story like this just happened this morning. As Dana said, we track numbers. Mm-hmm. Myself, Dana, and our team, we track the numbers every single day. That's the first thing we do in the morning. And this morning, a property came up on the market in an area where I know I have a ready, willing, and able hot buyer. And you know what I did, and actually just got back here, is I went and previewed that property to make sure that would fit for my client. I followed back up with the agent. I found out that they had 3 or 4 showings already. So that just shows an example of what's going on in our market, because we still have a shortage of inventory. We still, I was looking at yesterday from the Brunswick County Realtors Association. They just put out their numbers for September, and still, as in September, compared to last September, 47%. So think about this, 47% of the listings in September sold at or above list price. So yes, there are some opportunities where there's a little bit more inventory in certain markets, but we are still seeing multiple offers. In fact, we just dealt with that with 2 buyers this last week that we educated them on the market, and we helped them purchase a property that will both be closing over list price, but we assured them that there was still value in this home and there was still equity in the home. So what we talk about when we're talking about controlling the narrative is you've got to know your market. You've got to know your stats. That's part of your job. You've heard us say this a lot of times. I don't care if it's $50,000, $5 million, you're dealing with that person's largest individual transaction, and you need to be the expert and provide it with knowledge. This isn't just hearsay, this is knowledge. In fact, a lot of times, Dan and I tell people, what I'm telling you now, you can Google. I did not make this up.
Right.
Okay? But things to know. You need to know your inventory levels. You need to know where your average days on market is. Okay? Ours is like 23 days right now. You need to know the number of new listings that have come on in the last 3 months. Looking at market stats again, we can see that yes, there has been an increase in new listings, but you know, nothing really earth-shattering.
Yeah.
You know, nothing earth-shattering. Yes.
And yet prices are still continuing to climb, not a huge amount, but they are still ticking up. And so those are things that you if you know specific numbers, you can educate people and they'll take you seriously. If you just talk in generalities, they're going to be like, yeah, I don't know. But you got to tell them, here's the numbers, here's how many listings came on, here's how many sold last month, here's the average sales price, here's the average days on market.
Right.
It's not changing drastically here, and with interest rates going up, so prices are going up, interest rates up, the more that continues to happen, some buyers are going to get priced out of the market and aren't going to be able to afford what they want. So if they wait, they may not be able to buy at all. So sometimes it's better to give them these scenarios and let them understand, run those numbers for them. Say, here's what it looks like now, but if the interest rate goes up another 1%, here's what your scenario would look like. Can you afford that?
Sure.
And really educate them, help them through those scenarios and educate them on what's the best scenario for them.
Yes, and I mean, one of the things, if you don't know this, I've learned this a long time ago. Every time interest rates go up 1%, that's usually a 10% decline in sales price that buyer can purchase.
Right.
So that's again just having that educational conversation with them. And in fact, a video that I shot a few weeks ago was talking about even though interest rates are going up, it's still a great time to buy. And if you're looking at me with that crazy glare right now, you say, why? Well, real estate has always proven to be one of the most sound, easy, equity growth, financial things that are out there, okay? You know, you make your house payments, you gain equity. You pay rent, you don't, okay? So even if rates are at 7.5%, 8% now, and you can afford it, now is the time to buy. Because we know, based on statistics and dealing with some of our analysts that we follow all the time, which I'll share that list with you here in a moment, that we're still in Brunswick County going to see, you know, single-digit increases, but some of those projections are 7%, some of those are 2%. So I've been telling people on average we're going to see about 4% through 2025. And these are numbers that are coming from people like NAR, Ivy Zellman, Case Schiller, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the Mortgage Banker Associations. So, you know, you can Google this stuff and find it out. But that, as Dan said, is the most important thing. Giving you an update for any of our Brunswick County agents that are watching us right now. Did you know that from the first of the year, at the beginning of January, we had a 1.83 months of inventory. We're now at 2.47. So yes, we've seen a little bit of an increase. But our average sales price in Brunswick County has gone from $420,000 to $455,000. So you're going to continue to see that.
Right.
So controlling the narrative is so important, but you have to know your market data and you have to come from a place of knowledge. As Dana said, it's not just something that you're making up to make you look good or try to get a sale. Because folks, at the end of the day, it is all about the client that you're servicing. And for all the years that we've been in the business, I caught myself saying this yesterday to a client at lunch. I will never put you into a property that I know I can't get you out of with making some money, or at least getting you out whole. That's how serious we take that, and I think that's how serious you need to be looking at it. So, you know, follow-up question to what Dana mentioned about, you know, they think they should wait. We're going to wait. The other thing is like, you know, what makes you believe that the market is not going to remain strong? Where are you getting this information from? You know, and back that up, you know, help that. How many of you out there know that right now there's 78 million millennials? You know, the millennials are now hitting their peak years of purchasing, and they make up 31% of the population in our country right now. Yeah. 31%. Me being a baby boomer, we were like the highest group, and we only made up 27%. Okay, so you know, how does that affect Brunswick County? The millennials are the folks that are purchasing a lot of the properties in the areas where our clients are coming from.
Moving from, right.
Okay, so that is a big thing to remember. And then we've dealt with a couple of millennials here recently. Sure. That again, we've had the conversation which we just shared with you. Is yes, I know interest rates are considerably higher than they were a year ago or 18 months ago, but it is still a great time for you to invest, for you to purchase your first home.
Well, and a quick little interject there too. Yes, I know interest rates have climbed, and they sound high to a lot of people, but historically,
right,
they are still good interest rates. 2 and 3% was just ridiculously low, and we got spoiled, right. And that sounded wonderful. But now that we're up in the 6 to 7, people are like, oh, but you know, we remember when it was in double digits. So it's still a great interest rate.
My first home, and this loan came from a fraternity brother of mine, was I think 11.5% reverse amortization.
It was more than that.
Okay, well it was double digits, and it was reverse amortization. Does anybody know what that means? That every time I made a payment, I was able to stay in my house, but I was still adding to my loan.
It was awful.
Yeah,
it was an awful time.
Think about that. Fortunately, we were able to get out of that because the market was good when we sold that house. Yeah. But those are just examples of things that again, you need to be confident and educated on so that you can deliver that with confidence to your buyers and help them understand that now is still a great time to purchase a home. Okay?
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it.
That's really that's it. The best thing is, so if you have questions, let us know. Anything we can help you on to be more effective, more educating to your clients. That's what it's all about. As we always say, we're not selling anyone anything. We're helping them accomplish a goal or solve a problem. And to do that, we have to be the educators. It's no longer that we're just out there finding them a home. They can find homes online all day long.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay? That's not our main job.
They don't need you to find homes.
Right. I mean, sometimes we can.
Right.
But that's not our main job anymore. Our main job is to be that knowledgeable person in the market to educate them and make sure that, as Jack said, they are making a smart investment as well as buying the right home for themselves. And that's, both of those are so crucial every time we work with a buyer. Yep. So anything that we can help you with, that's what we're here to do. And we help our team every day try to make the best decisions and help our clients the best way we know how.
Yep, it's called scaling up for a reason. We figure that if we can assist every one of you in improving your presentations, improving your business, that helps the industry as a whole.
Absolutely. And
that's what's important to us. I know this is going out, it'll be going out in October, so I do have to put a plug in that we are hiring. Yeah. So if you're looking for a team environment with support and with free leads and with great commissions and just have a lot of fun here, reach out to us. Even if you're looking to make a change somewhere else, remember that EXP is national. Well, actually, we're international. We're the fastest growing real estate company in the world. We just topped 85,000 agents, and we can help you and work with you anywhere in the country. So if you're thinking about making a change, you might want to take a look at the EXP model and reach out to Dana and I.
Yep.
So
give us a call if we can help.
Yep. We appreciate your time in watching this. Again, as Dana stressed, if there's anything we can do to help you, please reach out. We'll see you again next month.
See you next month.
Take
Thanks.
care.